Welcome back to the track, ladies and gentlemen, for the Saturday morning jam. We're hoping you're having a great start to the weekend as we got 8 of the best Diecast monster trucks ready to throw down at the MTA Arena. All of them are chasing the Bad News Travels Fast Chevrolet for the championship flag. Here's how round one action is going to be breaking down. We're taking a look at El Toro Loco, set to go one-on-one with Mohawk Warrior, and then we're taking a look at Recreation, taking on Bigfoot. And getting us started, coming back to the line, is Noah Fuller in the all-new El Toro Loco, the Crazy Bull, back in action here tonight, ready to go on the outside lane. Now set to take on Nugget returning, and Mohawk Warrior, the brand new rider here on the inside lane, has been working well for him. We'll see what he's got this morning here at the Saturday morning jam as we get the racing action kicked off. Both trucks are staged up and ready to go as we wait for the green light. Down the straightaway they go. Mohawk Warrior with a slight lead. El Toro Loco trying to come back. What a crazy ride for Nugget in the Mohawk Warrior. We're going to have to go back and take another look at the Saturday morning jam replay and see how Mohawk Warrior got that wild ride going on right here off the start down that straightaway. Mohawk Warrior has a lead on El Toro Loco. Up now over the first jump. Mohawk Warrior with a lot of speed, getting a little wild and crazy down there inside of the shutdown area, and use the ramp for a little bit of leverage to bring him back on all fours. Mohawk Warrior will advance on into semifinal action. Next up here tonight is Zeke Kenner returning in Recreation, now set to take on downtown Mitch Brown, returning out of Pacific, Missouri in the Big Bad Ford Oval Brigade, better known as Bigfoot, the original monster truck on the outside lane. Recreation is dialed in and ready to go over here on the inside. Both trucks stage, the green light goes down. Bigfoot with a hole shot. Recreation coming back on him over the finish line, and over goes Bigfoot. He turns the truck over inside of the shutdown area as Zeke Kenner and Recreation was starting to make a comeback on the big end of the track. Let's go back down and check out the Saturday morning jam replay. Bigfoot again pulls the hole shot on Recreation. Watch now as they go up and over the first jump. Recreation starting to make a comeback. We freeze frame it at the line, and Bigfoot will pull out a win here tonight, but not without some problems getting crossed up over the last set of cars. Over he goes inside of the shutdown area. So right now, our MTA track crew and officials are down there to roll Bigfoot back over. The crew chief doesn't seem too concerned about it, as it was an easy rollover down there inside of that shutdown area. Just a little bit of cosmetic body damage. Bigfoot should be back and ready to go for semi-final competition. But right now, moving along inside of round one, we're going to be taking a look at Scooby Doo coming back to take on the Black Stallion, and then we're going to see the return of Blue Thunder get set to take on the champion in Bad News Travels Fast, a Ford Chevrolet shootout for the championship flag. But right now, Rowan McLean in the all-new Scooby Doo machine is now set to take on Joey Andrews in the Black Stallion Ford. Now, Black Stallion is based out of Hagerstown, Maryland. The truck ready now over here on the outside lane. Black Stallion, always a tough competition truck out here on the MTA circuit. Over here on the inside lane, the new kid on the block, and Scooby Doo gonna see what she's got against Black Stallion. The green light goes down. Stallion with the early lead. Here comes Scooby Doo for a wild ride. Over she goes, and so does Black Stallion inside of the shutdown area. What a matchup it was here tonight in round one competition. Scooby Doo taking on Black Stallion. We got to go back and see who picked up the win here tonight in round one as we take a look at the replay down that straightaway. Black Stallion did pull out a hole shot, but Scooby Doo on the inside made up the ground pretty quick right here at the finish line. Scooby Doo will be your winner, but watch the chaos that unfolds here as they go across the finish line. Scooby Doo goes end over end, and watch the other side of the track. Black Stallion rolls the truck over as well. The difference is Scooby Doo lands it on all fours and tags the wall inside of the shutdown area. But right now, our MTA track crew and officials are down there to roll Black Stallion back over, and it looks like the entire front axle housing has exploded out of that truck. That crew's got a lot of work to do, so unfortunately, Black Stallion is going to be on the trailer for the rest of this evening, and Scooby Doo will advance on in the semifinal action. But now we get set and ready to close out round one as the S-Kicker, Sawyer Ramsdale, returns in Blue Thunder to take on the reigning and defending Saturday morning jam champion. Bad News Travels Fast, Ben Wishart behind the wheel out of Elkton, Virginia, the Chevy Silverado. There you see the championship flag on the back of that truck. The built for tough Blue Thunder ready to go on the inside lane. Both drivers stage up, flag on the line, the green light goes down, and off the line they're side by side. Bad News with a slight lead, but Blue Thunder comes back on the big end. He'll get the job done here tonight and dethrone the champion, so bad news is on the trailer, and Blue Thunder secures a spot inside of the semifinal competition. But right now, we're heading down to the pit area where we saw earlier tonight Joey Andrews and Blackstein rolled the truck over. As you can tell, they've got the axles pretty much back together, but they're getting the trailer tires on it. He's going to be loading up and getting on the trailer. He's eliminated from tonight's event. Other side of the coin is Team Bigfoot over there. We saw them roll the truck over earlier tonight in round one as well. They're just going over all four corners of that truck, making sure it's going to be at 100% by semifinal competition, and that's where it's all going to be breaking down right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mohawk Warrior set to take on Bigfoot to get us started, and then Scooby Doo's coming back to take on Blue Thunder in our semifinal matchups. Now, earlier tonight, Nugget we saw go for that wild ride, and Mohawk Warrior, we'll see what he's got against Downtown Mitch Brown returning in Bigfoot as he dumped the truck on its lid earlier in round one as well. So both drivers are up at the line. They are staged up and ready to go. We're going to be figuring out who's going to be moving on into the final round showdown here today at the Saturday Morning Jam. Bigfoot takes on Mohawk Warrior. Here's the green light, and down the straightaway they go, side by side. Bigfoot with a slight lead, but Mohawk Warrior, what a ride for Nugget here on the inside lane. Some crazy, wild freestyle-like runs here tonight in this racing competition. Nugget was coming from behind over the final set of cars. As we go back and take another look at the replay, Bigfoot getting a lead on him down that straightaway. Watch Nugget now on the inside, and Mohawk Warrior, he starts to make a comeback here, and at the line he gets it done over Bigfoot. He is your winner, but watch the chaos that unfolded here in the shutdown area. Nugget and Mohawk Warrior making a wild ride once again. The fans are absolutely loving it, but he is in the final round showdown in Mohawk Warrior, so we're about to see who he's going to meet there in that finals. Will it be Rowan McLean, the new kid on the block, in the Scooby Doo machine, or is it going to be the S-Kicker in Blue Thunder representing the Backyard Beast race team, now staged over there on the outside lane? We saw him eliminate the champion earlier tonight in round one, and bad news, we'll see what he's got. Here's the green light down the straightaway. They're pretty much even now over the first jump. What a clean race here tonight, and over goes Scooby Doo. I called it too soon as she dumps it on its lid inside of the shutdown area, but a great matchup here tonight. They were side by side pretty much all the way down. Let's go back and check out the MTA replay. Off the line, they pretty much cut the light at the same time, and down the straightaway, up and over the first jump now. They settle it down at the line, and Scooby Doo will pick up a win. But watch right here inside of the shutdown area, puts it on two wheels, tags the wall, and rolls the truck over. A great matchup here tonight in semis. And once again, our MTA track crew and officials are down there to turn Scooby Doo back over this time. And this one looks like it's got some damage done as Scooby Doo gets brought around on all four tires here tonight. What a ride it was, as she is now in the final round showdown. Some fiberglass damage done to the Scooby Doo machine. We'll see if she can take home a victory here tonight and probably pay for a few of those parts she tore up out here on the track. But that will set up the final round showdown as Scooby Doo gets ready to take on the Mohawk Warrior. We started with 8 trucks. We're now down to 2 here at the Saturday Morning Jam, and both drivers are geared up and staged at the top of the track. Mohawk Warrior on the inside has already rolled the truck over twice tonight. So has Scooby Doo over here on the inside lane. So we're going to see whose truck is closer to 100% here in the final round showdown as Mohawk Warrior gets set to take on Scooby Doo. It's showtime down the straightaway. Mohawk with a big time lead. Scooby Doo trying to come back. What a ride for Mohawk, and Scooby spins it around inside of the shutdown area, backing it up against the wall with a nice little 180 slide right there. We're going to have to go back and check out the MTA replay and see who got the win. I'm pretty sure it was Mohawk Warrior. As they come off the line, both drivers cut a good light. Mohawk Warrior picking up some speed fairly quickly. Scooby Doo on the inside lane trying to make a comeback. It won't be enough, and Mohawk Warrior going for another bonsai ride over there on the outside lane will pick up a win here tonight over the Scooby Doo machine. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Saturday Morning Jam champion, Nugget and Mohawk Warrior. And thank you guys so much for joining us here at the Saturday Morning Jam, only on the Monster Truck Attitude YouTube channel. We hope this is a great start to kick off your weekend here tonight. Do something productive and make the weekend the best you can. Thank you guys so much for coming out and watching. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. Hopefully nobody ate all my Rice Krispies. It's breakfast time.